Sword and Shield. What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Brady Botner.
What's up?
We are at Full Grip Games, which pre-orders are up today for Sword and Shield. So make sure to check out fullgripgames.com. And we are going to be showing off some new updated lists from Sword and Shield format. I've got Pikarom on my side of the field, largely considered to be one of the top decks heading into Sword and Shield formats. And what do you got, Brady?
I have a Zacian V Lucario Melmetal deck.
And, you know, if you're here on Twitch, you just saw my Frostmoth deck just got sauced up by this Zacian V Lucario Melmetal. So I'm throwing my best deck at it, and we're going to see how that ends up working out in a best-of-3 series. Can Pikarom beat the Zacian V? Now, something interesting about this matchup is that Pikarom does have a -20 resistance to metal, and Zacian does 230 damage. Right. So you're never going to be getting one-hit KOs on Pikaroms. Right. You're never going to be getting one-hit KOs on Raichu and Alolan Raichus. And as we saw with the ADP version of Zacian, it's able to kind of circumvent that. Are you worried at all about not being able to hit the one-hit KO damage in this matchup?
I'd say it's a little worrying, but you also will not be able to consistently have one-hit KO like Zacian's. I mean, you can probably hit like one.
I do one, yeah.
And like with Frying Pan, if I use the Lucario Melmetal GX, like it's gonna be they're gonna be very bulky. I mean, they have like 280 effective hit points.
This is true.
With that, so yeah, I don't know. It could be tough. I don't know if your Pikarom plays any healing or anything. That could be okay. Yeah,
ain't no healing in this deck, bro. It's all ham. Yeah. So I think that for me, it's tough because I think I really want to. I mean, Tag Bolt GX just seems very good, and taking bonus prizes, taking 4 prizes at once or something like that seems like extremely good. But then also, I could take the easy way out and just take like a, an instant knockout on a Zacian with a Raichu and Alolan Raichu. Raichu and Alolan Raichu also does seem very good, especially after Stamp. Maybe I can paralyze you or something like that.
For sure.
And try to work around some of, some of the fact that it was going to be a 2-hit KO battle for us. Now, my non-tag team attackers seem kind of weak in this matchup.
Yeah, they get one shot, and they're probably not one-shotting in return.
Yep. So, like, they're just going to get bodied. Like, the Zeraora-GX, not worth attacking with ever, just gets one-hit KO'd. As much as I think the Tapu Koko V is very cool, I can't really afford to put any energy onto it in this matchup because you'll just wipe it. So, I need attackers that are going to get multiple swings in before they go down. And I'm thinking that it's going to be Pikarom, and I'm thinking that it's going to be maybe Zapdos. So we're going to have like Pikarom, Zapdos, and maybe Raichu and Alolan Raichu that we're leaning on to try and take this game. And we'll see how it goes. All right. So would you like heads or tails, Brady?
Heads.
Tails it is. I will go first.
Sure.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Well, this is how it goes. Sometimes you choose to go first, and yeah, your hand is just like mediocre at best. All right, good luck.
Good luck.
We've got a Tapu Koko V. I can draw. Ah, yeah, saved by the radar. So I did, I do include 3 copies of radar in this deck, and it is explicitly for starting hands. You really want to go grab your Pikarom turn 1, and I think I'm going to just get rid of Energy Switch there.
Sure.
You really want to go grab your Pikarom turn 1 and get an energy onto it. So I don't really mind starting the Zacian. He's actually a fine starter. We've got Tapu Koko Prism Star in the deck. I actually decided to only discard 1 Lightning because you never know if the Tapu Koko Prism Star is going to be prized. So you want to take a look first before you just commit to just hamming away a couple energy. And instead of going in and just Day-Day changing this turn, which I think is like a little bit irresponsible, I think I'm just going to keep the hand. And I can just use, I can use the research next turn. I think that this is probably fine. We're just going to go get our two dudes. And then, let's see, do I actually have another Pikarom in the deck? Or is it... Yeah, it's definitely Goon 1, Goon 2. All right, that's what we got. Those are the guys. These are the boys. They're out here. Oh, I love it when Brady laughs at my jokes. All right, we got the boyos in town, and Tapu Koko V is a really awesome starter, actually, because it's got free retreats. So no retreat cost. It's got a 3 energy attack that does 200 damage. And Spike Draw is even pretty cool sometimes, you know. And especially if I get, like, I don't know, Marnied and, you know, Marnied and Power Planted, that could be problematic. So I decided to keep this hand because I've got a reset stamp in case Brady tries to get cute with his little, you know, draw 3 thing. Like, we could just, it ain't ending the turn with a 10 card hand, bro. And then, you know, and then we got the research for next turn, so we're just going to pass it to you, Brady. Yep.
Draw. Top deck Jirachi. Very good. I'm going to play Quick Ball.
Sure.
Just going to go and get another Jirachi.
Sure. Yeah, aside from actually just starting Jirachi, Tapu Koko V is the most optimal starter for me, I would say.
For sure.
And I was a little bit worried. I was thinking, like, okay, my Pikarom list, only playing 2 copies of Stadium cards right now, and no resetting whole Marshadow. So I don't have a ton of ways to play out of your Power Plants. In fact, your Power Plants are probably going to stick. But that being said, Pikarom, like, used to play Power Plant. I mean, the deck operates pretty decently under Power Plant. I played 3 copies of Jirachi myself. There it is. And here's the money. Okay, so, like, we're going to just roll the dice and see how it goes. You know, I got my 3 card hand, which is very good. Shuffled into the deck, and I get a 4-card hand, which is even better. So that's fine. Yeah, yeah. This 4-card hand rocks. I'll take it. So I think that yeah, I mean this deck operates pretty good under Power Plant, especially with the Jirachi engine. As soon as I'm able to get a Jirachi into play, we should be able to get a pretty sustainable board position. And I think that, you know, the thing about Pikarom is just going to make it a staying factor is that it's just so quick and consistent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't have like the flashy, you know, consistent one-hit KO potential of like, you know, maybe the Frostmoth deck. I love doing, you know, 290 damage kill AoV. That's awesome. But, you know, this deck just works, and that sure. There's something to be said for that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna draw. How many cards are in your hand? 6. Okay. So
flip for 7.
Yeah. I'm feeling like it is yeah. It's gonna be Montagna time.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna Volkner. So we've got the lightning, and then I can also just grab maybe switch. Like, I'm getting hit this next turn, which, you know, is kind of unfortunate. Honestly, lightning and switch is like not that bad. It gives me now. Actually, I just like this hand. So I think we're gonna get that, and then yeah, I kind of like do want to get a Jirachi with an Escape Board out, but there's nothing in this hand that I want to get rid of. Kind of like the hand. If I get Marnied again, I gotta think like, okay, if I get Marnied again, like what is, you know, what are the consequences if I do? Your Zacian, I'm just thinking like, yeah, I want a card that just increases my hand size, to be honest. Or I could just get like a trash card that I could then quick ball away. But to be honest, that's not ideal either, looking at my upcoming hand. So the switch could be meaningful, though. Because then the switch would allow me to maybe pivot back into Tapu Koko V, but take a hit, and then I could go in with like Raichu and Alolan Raichu or something like that. So I'm thinking that Lightning Switch is going to be the answer. And we're going to end up going back in.
Sure.
So I'm going to go here and just full blitz for knockout.
Sure.
And this hand is good. I mean, just, yeah. The, you know, switch, just nice vanilla card to have. Allow me to potentially pivot away from a heavily damaged Pikachu and Zekrom into maybe something else.
Definitely going to be putting the Escape Board on the Jirachi. And the Frying Pan on the Zacian.
To answer a question in the chat, I do have Zeraora in this deck, actually. Just one. And 4 copies of Switch. So it is very similar to like, it's similar in essence and feeling to the kind of Knoxville regional Pikarom lists that people might have been familiar with.
Okay, let's see. Alright, I'm gonna bench this Jirachi and Professor's Research.
Sure. I am feeling much more in control with Pikarom than I was with Frostmouth. Frostmouth, I was feeling like very much just at the whim of my deck, you know, at the whim of you know, whatever cards I had in hand. But definitely feel more confident with such a stable archetype. And Jirachis are just very good. I don't have a Jirachi in play right now. I kind of wish I did, but.
I'm going to grab Switch.
Sure. And I think that with this particular list, you don't even, I have 2 copies of Dedenne and Zeraora in the deck. I think that with Tapu Koko V, it is very easy if you are worried about Mega Lopunny. It's very easy to control your field still because you can go, instead of going Pikarom, Dedenne, and Raichu and Alolan Raichu, you can go Pikarom, Dedenne, and a Tapu Koko V, and then you only have 2 Pokemon GX in play. So in matchups where you're worried about Mega Lopunny, you just go Tapu Koko V instead as your backup attacker, and then you don't have the 3 GXs in play that are pretty devastating.
I'll break away for 210.
All right. 210 damage, and no backup attacker right now. So this is where I'm thinking that this becomes pretty good for us because like you don't have a backup attacker and I can potentially just take that thing out of the equation, which would be very good. And we'll have to see what we can cook up. So I do have Viridian, and I'm gonna put that down into play, and then do a quick ball and energy switch. I'm thinking that we're just gonna like leave this Pikarom B and try to just go for, you have effectively 250 hit points, so just a Lightning Ride GX will do it. And then the best, you know, Lightning Ride GX target for me is Tapu Koko V for sure.
Right.
So thinking here that we could potentially Day change this hand. This hand is pretty good. This is my last Stadium though, so we do need to be, you know, slightly careful. But I think that seeing like a new bigger hand would be totally fine. So let's go and switch into Tapu Koko V.
Sure.
Who's got free retreat. And then we are going to Volkner. And I'm going to Volkner for, I really just want to set up Lightning. I've already got Energy Switch in my hand. I'm just going to get if I get a skateboard, I could quick ball away my radar. I mean, that just seems ridiculous. We can get lightning and is there anything else even worth getting? I don't need an Electropower to take this knockout. Another quick ball. So I could quick ball. Yeah, just another quick ball is honestly the best thing I could do. So we're gonna get lightning and another quick ball. So the thought here is that I can go quick ball away to lightning and get Tapu Koko Prism Star. Yeah, and then quick ball again and get a Dedenne. So we're gonna go quick ball 1. Get the Tapu Koko. And we're gonna go quick ball again. And get the Dedenne. I really want to set up a board where I am able to get a Jirachi with an Escape Board down. So like that's kind of what I was looking at that hand. Thinking thank you, Beelzebozo, for that reference check there. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah. All right, we're gonna speeding and is it speeding? Is that it? Super Troopers. Anyways, we're gonna play the energy switch and Day change.
Sure.
So still no attachment for turn yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then no man. We've got potentially a switch. No, I don't really need to get the manual attachment as much as I would like to. So I think, yeah, I will. We're going to, yeah, the manual attachment for turn, just very good. I don't think that I necessarily need this Great Catcher, so we're gonna ship that with Viridian.
Sure.
You know, if you put a Lucario Melmetal into play, it's gonna be very hard for me to knock that out. So probably not Great Catcher in it back. You know, like we're gonna, our game plan is gonna be to go 2 here, and I'm gonna save the Tapu Koko Prism Star in case you do Lucario Melmetal me. You know, like that's a bummer. So we're not really trying to have that happen. So we're gonna attach return to the Raichu and Alolan Raichu. And yeah, we will love a Lucario Melmetal, or love the Tapu Koko should we get Lucario Melmetal. So we're going to retreat in Lightning Rod GX for knockout, and promote the Tapu Koko V again, saving our Koko. And yes, I'll take 2 prizes and flip my GX. Cool. Oh, it's littering. Littering and... littering and...
I'm going to Viridian away the Rosa.
Sure. I want to actually get a Tapu Koko V while you're playing this turn out, Brady. I don't actually have. What are these guys? They're from the the V decks.
Yeah.
All right. Right. So let's see if I can find a nice image of the Tapu Koko V. I believe there is just like an English version of the card. Yep. So we're gonna get that guy.
I will Stellar Wish.
Yep. And excuse me here. Here he comes. There he is. All right. Skirt. Beautiful. Oh, seamless, Andrew. Seamless. Nobody noticed.
Okay. I'm going to take the Great Catcher.
Yep. I'm feeling pretty good about this game because I haven't used a single Electropower yet.
It is pretty good.
Yeah. So like the ability to have taken 3 prizes, like okay, I'm like looking. I haven't used a single Electropower or custom catcher yet. So all I really have to do is knock out a Jirachi, and you know Tapu Koko V can really get in there. 200 base damage. He actually is my biggest hitter in the deck without. Without using a GX attack. So the Tapu Koko V, very valuable for that. As far as like, you know, 3 Electro Powers, he's hitting 290 damage at the end of the game without a GX attack. He's got the highest damage ceiling without a GX.
The Raichu.
Okay, so we're going to Great Catcher this thing up, and is it getting GX, man?
That's the dream.
That's the dream. All right, we're going to Marnie, huh?
And yeah,
Great Catcher, Marnie, Viridian's down. Yeah. All right, so this is like, you know, if you hit the metal patch, right?
What's that?
If you hit the metal patch,
right,
yeah, that's what you need. Or the metal saucer.
Correct. And
there it is. All right, I got a 4-card hand. And this is why we saved the Tapu Koko Prism Star. It's cool. Raichu got in there, did what it needed to do.
Then I'll pull Metal GX.
Yikes. So all those energy to the discard pile, and Raichu and Alolan Raichu in the active now. I'm going to draw for turn. And there's all my Jirachis. Thank goodness. I was wondering where they were. They're all in this hand. All 3 of them. So,
nice.
nice you fellas to show up to work. You know, just come on now. So, I'm thinking that's probably going to play our switch into the Jirachi instead of to the Tapu Koko V, and then we're going to play Stellar Wish there. 1, 2, 3. Sure. 4, 5, and that's fine. We're just going to take the Professor Magnolia for sure. We are aware that we are just playing the rest of this game with yeah, with no abilities. So like I'm gonna have to rely on switches and things like that in order to play out of this. I do have Energy Switch. I do have Tapu Koko Prism Star. I have energy left in the deck. Not a ton, but you know there's some. So I think that this, you know, the Tapu Koko Prism Star, saving that is going to be very valuable. I already had 2 lightning in the discard pile. It's kind of unfortunate. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 energy in the discard pile. That means that I only have, yeah, not a lot left in the deck, but you know, there is some. And you've got no energy anywhere except for on this. And how many patches?
I've used 2, I believe.
2 patches. Okay. So it is possible for you to potentially get one built up again. Thinking that our best 2 guys to accelerate energy onto are going to be Raichu and Tapu Koko V. So I think that I am going to send, yeah, full send that Tapu Koko Prism Star, and we're going here and here. And then we've got a benched Jirachi, and I think I can custom catch her for 1 to just dig a little deeper. I think that I'm going here again, and we would. The dream is to just paralyze you. Right. So we're gonna go here, and we're gonna go with the Professor Magnolia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've Stellar Wished once. Big Quick Ball. Yeah, we know that Zeraora is never going to see the light of day, so that does not matter. And there are not a lot of energy switches left in the deck, but there is 1. So we'll see if we're able to get that rocking this turn. I could theoretically spike draw too, so something to think about. And with you having Lucario Melmetal out, that is now like my win con is potentially just knocking that thing out. So I'm going to switch into this second Jirachi and Stellar Wish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not find it, but I think I like grabbing the Volkner. And I'm not terribly worried about you knocking on my Tapu Koko V. So we're gonna put the Escape Board here and just retreat and Tapu Koko V. And unfortunately we didn't hit the energy switch for a tandem shock, but we do have a spike draw, which is fine. So I'm just gonna use spike draw, no damage, but I draw 2 cards. Yep.
I am gonna attach to the Zacian, and then Professor's Research.
Yep.
2 for 5, 6, 7. I'm definitely gonna reset stamp.
Yep. Reset stamp?
Yep.
Cool. To 3?
Yep. Metal Saucer. And then, let's see. Does Steel Fist ever really matter? I feel like it doesn't. So I'm going to use the Intrepid Sword ability.
Sure. So we got Intrepid Sword. Not really. I don't think that 50 damage really matters so much unless you're just trying to accelerate an energy onto the Lucario Melmetal to potentially start using 150.
Oh dang, I just kind of assumed he resisted metal also.
Okay, the 50 actually could have been relevant. That's cool.
Right, because then you could have done 50,
Right.
150. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll draw my 3 cards. And 4th?
Sure.
Okay. I think here that we are going, I've got 3 prizes remaining.
Yep.
That's fine. We're going to go Electropower and Professor Magnolia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You don't say. That's fine. Yeah, reset stamping you seems kind of fruitless. I think here that the play is just to use Energy Switch to move this energy to the Raichu and Alolan Raichu. And then we are going to retreat for free.
Sure.
And Tandem Shock for
130.
130. Yep.
Perfect.
Sure.
I will finish this Zacian.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna put a frying pan on this one. Cards in hand.
I have 6.
I will reset stamp.
Sounds good. 6 busted cards. I'm like so used to playing Marnie that I just started shuffling my hand. I was like, oh yeah, Marnie, yeah. We shuffle the hand, Hilarious.
Gonna metal saucer onto this Zacian.
Sure.
And I will Professor's Research.
Seems good. You're getting pretty close to the bottom of your deck there, Brady.
Yep.
Hopefully there's a Marnie in there, dog.
Yeah.
No prizes taken.
Wow.
Wow.
That's unfortunate. Go ahead.
All right, so I'll take 3.
Yeah. I'm gonna play the old quick ball card. You got this one.
All right, Brady's scooping it up.
Yeah.
Did you not hit a switch either?
The last 2 switches were prized.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last 2 switches were prized. I had Volkner in my hand for another Tandem Shock, assuming you could not move it. So that's wow. We've had some blowout games so far. That is crazy. So, looking at that matchup, game 1. What are your thoughts going into game 2? What do you think could go differently? What are you thinking so far?
I think going first is pretty valuable.
Yeah.
In that matchup specifically. Not being able to one-shot your guys definitely doesn't seem good.
That actually seems really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot easier for you to build up 2 attackers than it is for me to build up 2 attackers.
I believe it is,
Yeah.
yes. Which is crazy, though. I mean, like, against the Frostmoth deck, like, I'm supposed to be hitting 1-hit KO damage, but I think, like, the Power Plant Marnie just works so well there, whereas, like, that's just not going to stick as much, I guess, against this deck.
Right.
Which is ironic, because I play less Dedenne, less draw supporters, and less stadiums in this deck.
But you also play Jirachi.
But I do have Jirachis, yeah. So there is that. And thank you so much, Hot Cup of Noodles, for that Twitch Prime sub as well. I think generally speaking, I mean, this deck is cool because it thins itself. I do love that. I mean, when you full blitz, I mean, you just soak the energy out of your deck. So you are able to kind of, negate the effects of Marnie a little bit by making your deck just kind of be good cards. Also, Custom Catcher just draws cards.
It does.
And that is one of my favorite things about the card is that if you get, kind of stuck in a low hand size, you can just try to draw out of it with the Custom Catcher. So, are you going to be choosing to go first or second?
I will go first.
Sounds good. And we'll see if we can get the legendary turn 1 full blitz. That would be pretty hot.
That'd be the same.
I'd be into that for sure. Now, when building this list, I wanted to have a good balance between having like cards that make it sustainable into the late game, like Reset Stamp and switches and things like that. Cards that are just good to have. Great Catcher, right? The Electromagnetic Radar, increased counts of Electromagnetic Radar make this deck way more consistent turn 1. But I have compromised, I guess, like I'm not playing 4 Energy Switch. If you want to get the turn 1 full blitz every single game, you're probably playing 4 Energy Switch. I can assure you from my testing that it is not possible to guarantee the turn 1 full blitz every single game. It is just not. It is not possible. Yep. Variance is a thing. And variance is just be rough sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think I kind of learned that lesson at the World Championships. I was trying to build this like turbo ROM list that got a turn 1 full blitz, a ton of games. It probably got, turn 1 full blitz like maybe 50 or 60%. But like it didn't have the late game sustainability, and would blow through resources early and then not have the cards it needed to finish a game off if the game was like gonna go into the late stages of the game. So this list tries to find a happy medium. We've got 2 copies of Dedenne. I think you could go 3, but 2 has felt fine so far, especially with Professor Magnolia being such a powerful draw option in the deck. You don't actually need to Dedenne change as much as you used to. With only 3 copies of Cynthia previously, Dedenne change was more prevalent. Now that you can Professor Magnolia, it's like, I'm going to find a lot of what I need off of just Jirachi and Professor Magnolia. So I think 2 copies of Dedenne is probably fair. And then 4 copies of Switch, just because it's like one of the best cards you can play in this deck. And 3 copies of Energy Switch. One card that I am kind of missing in this list right now is Tag Switch. But I found that with Tapu Koko V now, the Energy Switches are actually kind of more valuable than Tag Switches, because you want to consistently be able to find the Energy Switch early to give yourself the option to potentially even get a turn 1 full blitz. Quick ball. Now, how many Lucario Melmetal do you play in the deck? 2. Okay. Now, I am digging this opening hand that I was gonna say, man, don't Marnie me. You can't, bro. This hand is sticking, man. Don't stand me, bro. Yeah. The stamp to increase me a card would be preposterous, though. So yeah.
Great Catcher.
Okay. Man.
Metal Catcher.
Sure.
Metal Saucer.
Metal Saucer. I do have to keep correcting myself.
Yeah. Attach Escape Board, and then I'll Dedenne change.
Okay.
I'm going to bench that Zacian, put down Power Plants.
Sure.
And then I'll use Intrepid Sword.
Sounds good.
On that one.
Okay. I will draw for turn.
Sure.
This is a pretty strong opening for me. Top deck the Montagna. Got the Switch. I always have it, bro. And then thinking that we just go quick ball away a Great Catcher to get potentially the Tapu Koko Prism Star. Yeah, there we go. Okay, very good. I was thinking that maybe he was prized. And, it's fine. We've got the Tapu Koko Prism Star. And then we're going to Custom Catcher for 2, hoping to find a Lightning Energy to discard with my Magnolia in hand. Custom Catcher, draw 2. And we've got the Bust. Quick Ball and a Lightning Energy. Exactly what you want there.
Nice.
We can safely go get ourselves, I don't know, maybe Zapdos. Zapdos could, take a quick knockout without putting the Pikarom active. Actually, I think that I would rather have just another, big guy in case I do pull off the turn 1 full blitz, which is looking like a real possibility here. Strong opening. So we've got Professor Magnolia. We're going to see 7 new cards. We've got a Stellar Wish in the mix as well. All I need is literally a Lightning and a Switch. That's not a lot to ask. So we're going to get that. Magnolia for 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So alrighty then, we've got this, and we've got the Pikarom. I feel like the Radar is going to go first, and we're going to get ourselves the Dedenne as well as the Zeraora out of the deck, just to thin and increase our odds of being able to find a Switch or an Escape Board off this Stellar Wish. And we also get the Lightning Energy into the discard pile for our Dance of the Ancients. So let's see. All right, Stellar Wish. Well. This would be a pretty big whiff if we whiff it. But the show must go on. So we are going to, I think, grab a Stadium Nav. and I am probably just going to end up shipping that Stadium Nav away. Now, I could have played it, I guess, a little bit safer, and I could have just Day-Day changed before the Stellar Wish, but I guess I didn't want to have to Day-Day change if I didn't have to. So I was going for the Stellar Wish there, just being like, okay, and I play 6 switch outs. Well, I guess there's only 5 left in my deck. So I was thinking like pretty decent odds of finding it off of that Stellar Wish, but you know, not always the case. And then I think we want to go Tapu Koko V here. And I actually do want to, I'm just going to preemptively Dance of the Ancients to clear my bench a little bit more so that I can have the Zapdos in play. This is actually a little bit sketchy. I mean, if I were to get Lucario Melmetal at some point, it's all good. I think the Zapdos being in play is good. And then I can Day-Day change that, or who needs Zapdos? What, Zapdos can take like a, I'm going for the switch. He Day-Day change. Instead of the Zapdos goes down. I don't really like my bench being jammed though, so I'm gonna Day-Day change. Thank you so much, Joshua, for that Twitch Prime sub. Man, bad deck. Oh my gosh. That is a lot of dig looking for a switch, chat. That is a lot of dig. How many cards in hand, Brady?
What's up?
All right. Like I said, you cannot consistently get the turn 1 full blitz. It's not as much as, you know, close as we get. I, you know, cannot reasonably play more switches in the deck than that. We've got 4 and 2 escape boards, so you do what you can.
All right, I will Metal Saucer.
Sure.
And then I'm going to bench the Jirachi, and then I will mine.
Sure. I think the turn 1 full blitz there should like kind of sure this game up. I mean, just taking out a Jirachi, you know, having an automatic knockout on the Zacian, and you know, with Raichu and Alolan Raichu again. But we'll see if we can slow the game down. What happens? I had a bunch of switches coming up next, so I think in hindsight, you know, just going for the Day-Day change first and then the Stellar Wish is probably just ideal there for me, since I do just, like, I am just so hungry for that turn 1 full blitz that I can just, like, let that hand go. You know, it's a little bit greedy of me, wanting to hang on to the hand, hang on to the Volkner. I didn't need to do that, but it's all good. I thought for sure I just could feel it in my gels.
I'm going to grab the name with a quick ball.
Sure.
Put a frying pan down here.
Sure.
I will custom catch it for 1.
Yep.
Frying pan down here.
Yep.
And then Day-Day change.
Sure. Have you Stellar Wished yet?
No.
Okay.
But I'm looking for an energy card.
An energy.
And
You got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Now I will Stellar Wish.
Sure.
3, 4, and 5. Okay. I will grab the custom catcher.
Okay. You know, Thomas is saying in the chat, only 36 hours until the Sword and Shield pre-release. That's what's up. We are hosting a midnight pre-release here at Full Grip Games on Friday night, technically Saturday morning, I guess. So if you are within driving distance, make sure to come out for that. I mean, it's going to be a great time. We also have a double header pre-release. I mean, it's happening Friday night at midnight and then Saturday in the middle of the day as well here at Full Grip Games. So double header pre-release weekend at Full Grip Games for Sword and Shield. It's going to be super hype. I'm looking to try and play in the Saturday one myself because I'm not streaming it. So I'll actually get to participate in one.
Nice.
Which is going to be epic.
I will Behemoth Blade or something like that.
Behemoth Blade, bro. Come on now.
What's it called?
It's Brave Blade.
But isn't the attack in the game called Behemoth Blade?
I don't know. Is it?
I think so.
All right, Jirachi biting the dust, and all right, we get to make some plays happen this turn. So we got Tapu Koko V, and I'll draw for turn.
Sure.
So thinking that, I mean, there are just a lot of Dedennes on this board. I'm really wishing that I had not.
Nice. Yeah, I was right.
Yeah.
It is Behemoth Blade.
I'm wishing that I had not sent my other Pikarom to the discard pile at this point, because Tag Bolt is looking like real
That'd be pretty good.
juicy. But that is fine. I'm thinking that we probably just full blitz onto this thing. You have to find a way to, you know, switch and attack something else. I can just put an energy onto Tapu Koko V too. But the V is actually going to be less good because of reasons we've already talked about. So I'm thinking that Volkner is a good card to have. We're going to go Lightning Energy and probably just Quick Ball and get ourselves another Jirachi that we want to just be able to pivot into. How many cards are in here?
7.
Okay. So we're going to go there. And then Quick Ball away the Energy Switch just to establish our board with a Jirachi, because I already got the Escape Board in my hand. So we're just going to go here and then feel pretty confident going here, and then my Stadium's stuck, so we got the free retreat, and now we'll just full blitz for what, 120?
Yeah.
Okay. I can put 3 energy onto my Raichu and Alolan Raichu. We kind of know that that is going to be a major tenet of this matchup.
For sure.
Yep. And Brady's bench is jammed, so
Yes.
no Lucario Melmetal yet.
Correct. I'm going to Quick Ball away the Quick Ball.
Yep.
Take a Jirachi.
Yes, we'd be in a much better spot if I had been knocking out this Zacian this turn. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hate to say it.
Card scene? 2.
I have to.
That's not very many.
Marnie me, bro.
I'm going to.
Woo! Alright, bottom of the deck. 4.
Yep. 2, 4, and 5. Okay. I am going to switch.
Sure.
Start.
Yep.
Fortunately, not finding energy very frequently this game.
That's unfortunate.
Yes.
Yeah, you play 11. It's like a good amount. You know, I think, you know, Pikarom kind of like the, yeah, I guess if you had a deck to compare it to, you know, in standard format, Pikarom is like the similar thing. You got your, you know, your big guys, and you've got your Jirachis, and you've got your Dedennes. And, you know, you can bring energy out of the discard pile into play.
I'm definitely going to play that.
Yeah. Pokemon take a similar amount of energy to attack.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess.
Going back in with the same man.
Yeah, I guess so.
And hitting for
210.
Yeah, so no manual attachment that turn.
Nope.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got 180 and 210. Yep. I will draw.
Sure.
And power plant down. It's fine. All I have to do is another 120. Full blitz can do that without having to play any of these cards in my hand. I could go for, like, you know, more complex play. I could burn these resources. I kind of like these resources that are in my hand right now, like Electropowers and things like that. I don't think it's going to be terribly I don't think it's going to matter terribly. I do need to find an energy. I could just energy switch off the Raichu and put it onto the Pikarom and then full blitz, and then not play any of these cards in my hand, save the reset stamp, so on and so forth, which I think is pretty good. And then potentially next turn go in with something else. I think that having the potential to save all these cards is very strong. So going to energy switch up to the active, and I think I am just going to full blitz for knockout.
Sure.
And it's not a lot energy left in my deck. Let's see, we've got how many energy switches, if any? No energy switches, and there is 4 energy left in the deck. So good to know. My Thunder Mountain's also down, so I think we can go like 2 here. Seems fine.
Alright.
And yeah, and then I'll take my 2 prizes.
Sure.
Yeah.
First turn. I'm going to Star Wish.
Yep. And the reason I'm saving my Electro Powers is because, I'm going to Lightning Ride GX something, and then I want Tapu Koko V to be able to finish off that something else. And if, say, Brady were to cook up some crazy saucy play this turn where he goes like Lucario Melmetal Full Metal Wall GX or something like that, I'm going to want to be able to retaliate in some kind of way. But my deck is getting very thin at this point. And, if my deck is literally just Electro Powers and custom catchers, I'm fine with that.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's kind of where we want to be for sure.
I'm going to retreat into this Jirachi.
Yep.
Star Wish again.
Sounds good.
Grab a reset stamp.
Okay.
And then I'm going to play Rosa.
All right, what you cooking up over there, Brady?
I'm not sure. I hit the 2 cards I wanted off the Star Wish. I'm not sure what trainer I want to get now. How many cards are in your hand?
I have 6.
6. Alright, I'm gonna grab a stamp.
Okay. And we got a question in the chat about Absol. Like, how prevalent is Absol going to be? Is Absol good? Absol's definitely a good card. As you will see from almost every list that I build, I don't include Absol. I'm a little bit, I wouldn't call it a greedy deck builder, but I definitely favor aggression over techs. And in my opinion, like, I would rather play the 4th switch and be better off against an opponent who has an Absol than play an Absol myself, if that makes any sense. So I would rather have the 3rd Electromagnetic Radar than the Absol. I would rather have the 4th switch than the Absol. I would rather have, the 2nd Escape Board than the Absol. It's like all these fringe cards. I'd rather have the 3rd Energy Switch than the Absol. There's like all this stuff I'd rather have than a chance at maybe making my opponent miss a beat, right? Because it's not guaranteed. I mean, they already got 2 reset stamps, so like at the end of the game, you're going to haze your opponent that way, trying to make them miss something with a reset stamp. Obviously, Absol is very good with reset stamp, but I like building the decks to be able to function as smoothly as possible in the opening turns, and Absol doesn't actually contribute to that.
I'm going to steal this for knockout.
Sure. So that's kind of like my reasoning with the Absol thing. It is a good card. I will definitely say that it is a good card, and lists will definitely play it. It's just that my list probably will not, because I just favor, there's a reason I didn't play it in Knoxville, right? I just, I felt like I had one tech spot, and I decided to tech for Malamar with the, getting the spell tags out of there instead, and I felt like that was just stronger than the Absol, in my opinion. All right. Got draw for turn.
Sure.
So Steel Fists, no GX attack from this Lucario Melmetal.
Correct.
So we do have the potential to take a knockout there. So I think I am just going to play the Viridian Forest. You've already got a Lucario Melmetal in your discard, right?
I do.
Okay, it's good to know. And I am just going to leave Stellar Wish first. See, because like he's got an effective 290 hit points.
Yep.
So I'm going to need double E power.
Correct.
So I have it. But I think it's correct to... Yeah, it doesn't really even matter. Yep. All right. So yeah, I'm going to Stellar Wish first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can just grab the Electropower. And then I am going to Volkner. And we're going to grab Lightning and Custom Catcher out of the deck. I'm just saving the Custom Catchers for next turn, I think.
Nice.
Yeah. In case you don't stamp me again. And then we're going to attach return here.
Mm-hmm.
Double E power.
Sure.
And yeah, we're going to go Lightning Raichu-GX.
Sure.
And I will pivot into my Tapu Koko V with the GX marker. 3 prizes. Okay. Yep.
All right. I will draw for turn.
Sure.
Okay. I will. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 energy in this card pile.
Sure.
So there's probably some in the deck, so I'm going to Brady.
Seems good.
Yes, there's at least one in the deck.
There's got to be something.
Yes.
I mean, just
There's 4.
Yeah. Got to.
Yeah.
Now, do you think you only have 2 prizes remaining?
Yeah.
Wow, how'd that happen?
Knocked out a Jirachi and a Pikachu and Zekrom Tag Team GX.
I believe that is probably it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
I am going to Stampede 1.
Okay.
And power plants.
Yeah. So I guess in hindsight, I would have sent up the Jirachi instead, because now if you just attack, you win. Yeah.
All right, I can't attack that.
Okay. Yeah. I did not realize you were that close to winning. Woo! But yeah, it's fine. We're chilling.
I'm gonna take Switch off the Star Wish.
Yeah.
Cash return.
Yep.
Metal Saucer. And then gonna
Retreat and use the
retrieve
ability.
Good Friends, Zacian, and use
Yep.
the ability.
Sounds good.
So this is
No longer.
Yep.
All right. Sounds good. I'm gonna draw,
sure.
and we're gonna play Switch.
Sure.
And if I find Custom Catcher off the Stellar Wish, we win. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. So let's see. We need to find double Custom Catcher, probably just using Professor Magnolia to draw as many cards as we can. Both my stadiums are down now, so there's not going to be any day-to-day changing. I could stamp Brady to 2 and paralyze him. That's actually like pretty good. That or I just go for win off the Professor Magnolia. But my hesitation there is that I don't actually have like a lot of. How many Great Catchers are in your discard pile?
I think one.
One. And then how many custom catchers are in your discard pile? One. So alternatively, I can win with a this guy and 2 E-powers. So, well, there's 2 E-powers in the discard pile. But if I do hit 2 E-powers, I can do 260, and that would do it, right? So I have a couple win cons off of. Oh, in which case I would have it because I have E-power in my hand, and then I could Volkner for the other E-power if it's not this, which is fine. So I think I'm going to take this.
Wait,
I do 260, right?
260?
Yeah, with this guy.
Oh, right.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to Volkner, and we're going to see if my other E-power's in the deck, I win, which it is. And there's the lightning.
Yeah.
So then we've got lightning, double E-power, and Tapu Koko V.
Yep.
260 with that attack per game. That Tapu Koko V, wow, really, really swings for a lot.
I was out of saucers. For
Oh, okay.
Worth, yeah.
So yeah, you could not have whipped up the attack there for game.
Correct.
So if the last prize was the E-power, I would have just gotten the reset stamp and we would have gone with the paralyzed reset stamp strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So like I had another out or a route there that I would have taken. So I felt pretty comfortable doing that just because we're playing casually. So I didn't, wasn't hawking over my prizes and knowing if that was the last E-power, but very, very cool. So that matchup seems rough as well, I would say.
I don't know.
You looking for a game 3, bro?
I don't know. Whatever you want to do.
That or we're getting Baby Blacephalon on the table.
That's fine. We can do that.
We can get Baby Blacephalon on the table?
Sure.
Sounds good. All right. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to check out the stream, twitch.tv/TrickyJim, where we stream Pokemon trading card game content every single weekday. Also, we got Sword and Shield pre-orders up on fullgripgames.com. Well, by the time it goes on YouTube, they will be up on fullgripgames.com. So make sure to check that out as well. And thank you all for watching.